Welcome to a night in the Asylum. It's Tuesday, 7:30 p.m. Eastern, as if you didn't know. Time for Talk Tech and Tequila with Darren and Jen. Call in live or leave a message at 855-366-9653 or email dilbert@asylum.radio. It's time to take refuge with your friends, your cocktail and cream puff.
Okay, Jen, that's a lie. You can't call in because we're not live.
False advertising.
Sorry. It will be September 7th when this airs, but it's actually Saturday, September the 4th. Yes. Jen's gonna be busy on Tuesday, so we can't do it live on Tuesday.
you were busy one of the Tuesdays.
We were lucky to get a show in because we didn't do it last week, Jen.
Yeah, I know. And then I just remembered
I don't remember
you were busy.
Was it? No, it was you.
Maybe I was. Yes,
yeah.
I was like, I'm burned out. Yes,
I'm burned out. That's what the message was.
Yeah, and I think as you get closer to vacation days, you start feeling more tired because you're like, I just want to be done and on the beach. So I was like, I cannot.
Speaking of vacation days, I got to add another topic to my list here.
Ooh, I want to know your list.
All right, so our list today is stripper poles, Coke Zero, IDA flooding, sorry, Axe and Ghost tours, and Cinderella.
That's my gosh! All right, let's get going.
I think we're gonna get all this.
Let's see how we can get through all of it. So, stripper
poles first. So Jen texted me last night. And she says, Manuel and I are going. Well, first I asked her if she could do the pre-record last night because I was available. I thought maybe she'll be available. And she says, no, I'm going to a strip bar. I'm thinking, what? I had to call her, but I don't know if you even answered the phone. No,
you didn't call me. Phone. Did I?
I called you and then I think you didn't answer the phone or something, but I don't remember. And then she sends me this text message of a animated GIF file. Of a woman with, it was a blue background, and a woman, a stripper woman, high on a pole, swinging around real slow.
Yes.
Thinking, that could be Jen up there. So what in the world are you doing in a strip club? Oh, other thing is, she did send me the address. She sent me the name of the address, and she said, you guys should come up. And I thought, you know what? If I didn't have my flight exam tomorrow morning, I would have done it.
Oh man, it would have been so fun to have you go too.
Yeah, but I had a 7:30. I had to be at the airport to do a pre-flight, and then I had my exam 8 to 10. Oh, so it wouldn't have been good night. Did you really get home at 5 o'clock in the morning?
Yeah, I did. We didn't even go to a strip club. That was the thing. So
you didn't?
No. So we were gonna go with a friend of ours, and she was like, "I'm at so and so's house. Meet us there, and then we can drive to the strip club." So what is that sound? Do you hear that sound?
Yeah.
I don't know what that is. Oh, anyway. Okay. So we got there and there were maybe 6-7 people, and we ended up just having drinks there and hanging out till 4:30, 4:45. I think that's Manuel vacuuming.
He's so domesticated.
I know. He's doing his chores. Vacuum? But we need to add that to the list.
Is he vacuuming like a mock or a smock or something like a house cleaner would wear?
He wears an apron.
He does not.
Just naked, just an apron though. That's what I tell him. He must clean.
So you sent me this picture last night.
Did I?
Some guy standing next to him. What was that all about? I thought.
Okay. So yesterday,
you said. You implied that he was gay and was hanging around at Manuel.
Yes.
So I thought, what is his story? And you were saying he's wearing a shirt. You can see through it. You can see his nipples.
Oh, yeah. You could see it all. Chest hair.
He's old. I prefer my men younger.
He's old, but you can tell he takes care of himself. He has work done. He has a good figure, all that stuff.
Work done? What kind of work does he have done?
I think he probably had like either Botox or a facelift because his face is...
we should talk then.
Yes.
I need to get this out of my chin. I need that mini facelift right now.
So we were in Asbury Park earlier in the day yesterday and supporting some accounts there. And this guy, I forget what his name is, but he's a freak. He's like a regular at the Bonnie Reed. And every time Manuel goes there, the guy is there.
He doesn't own it. He's just always there.
Yeah, he's just always there, and he has like different groups of friends. So he's very popular and social and all this stuff. And
this is not a gay bar.
No, this is just actually a restaurant, regular restaurant. And every time Manuel goes, he comes and like gets really close to him, and like sometimes touches him, and Manuel gets like really uncomfortable.
And what is he gets uncomfortable?
Well, awkward that a man is petting him basically.
Well, can you blame him? Come on.
I know he is a good looking. But yeah, so I finally met him because he always talks about this guy that he sees when he goes to the Bonnie Reed, and I met him, and he was dressed in the photo like you saw, just the holes in his shirt, nicely, very, very nice, but so, Jen, all white.
This picture you sent me, I can't get this out of my mind.
Which one? Keep the stripper pole?
With the stripper pole. And I keep thinking, Jen would probably look good on a stripper pole.
Thank you. I would love to, but it takes like really strong legs.
Have you ever tried it?
I haven't tried it, but I know that they have lessons where like stripper, it's like a cardio workout to do the stripper pole.
Really?
Yeah, it's like
I've seen them on like America's Got Talent and stuff, like guys doing it, like like really tall poles. And it must be exhausting to do that kind of stuff.
Yeah, and they have Pilates, yoga, and then they have like the pole workout, I think is what it's called. And it's a room full of poles.
I could do a pole workout.
I bet you could. And you just kind of slide up and down the pole.
Yes, you do. Jen.
Yeah. One day I'll give it a try, but I think I need lessons. I don't want to hurt myself. And
I want to see your first public pole dancing.
Public pole dancing.
Yes.
My profession now is pole dancing. Oh man. Have you ever been to a strip club
I have.
With women? Yes. How'd you like it?
I have been to a lot of strip clubs because before I came out, I would go to strip clubs with my best friend. And they were strip clubs in Boundbrook, New Jersey. We were like in our 21, 22.
I think I know which one you went to.
They were old women on these.
Oh,
and they like,
oh dear.
They really didn't do it for me. And then after it came out, I went to some strip clubs with the fire company because they wanted me to go. And I thought, well, I'll be one of the guys. What the fuck? And I was grabbing breasts and putting dollars in between them.
Oh,
that sort of thing.
So you felt breasts too. Nice.
Yes, okay. I felt breasts before Ben or Brad. Jen. I've had my time with some breast, Jen, but it just I couldn't get it going.
It didn't do it for you. I guess.
No, I mean I like the look of breasts, but just doesn't make the pole rise.
To each their own. Yes. Well, so we need to add that to the list because we haven't done our gay club outing together.
True. We really should do that magic thing and then a gay club outing.
Yes.
We should get a group put together with 10 people.
I can do that. Easy. Okay.
Awesome.
You get 5, I get 5. Or
we should do that.
Okay. Deal.
Or I can just get all 10, right?
I can just get all 10.
Yeah, it tells me that I think your friends would be more fun than my friends. So
I don't know. I want to meet your friends and see how you socialize.
My friends are dead, Jen.
My God. I don't want ghosts. Come on.
All right. So the next topic there, Jen.
Yes.
So Coke Zero. Did you know that there's a new Coke Zero?
What do you mean? No, I don't. Coca-Cola, and I love Coke Zero, by the way. It's the best of all of the sugar-free Cokes.
Who does?
Pepsis. I do.
You do?
Yeah.
Oh, well, Coca-Cola changed their formula a while back. Remember that?
Yes. And they caused a ruckus. Yeah.
Right. So they changed it back.
Yes.
Well, now they changed their formula for Coke Zero.
Oh, no.
So what did they do? If it's the new formula because the Coca-Cola logo is black. And then it tells you in a little round circle, new taste or something. So I tried it today and I don't think I like it.
Why? Is it flat?
It's sort of sweeter, just a little bit sweeter than what it was before.
Oh.
And I think it kind of killed it for me. I'm not sure.
I mean, I like to drink. I like Coke Zero with tequila And
well, I didn't have tequila on mine. I had mine straight Coke Zero.
And then I learned that in Spain they drink gin with Coke. I haven't tried that yet, but I'll give it a try. That's kind of scary because I love Coke Zero.
How was the gin sales? What's the latest with your new brand?
The gin, it was actually kind of interesting. The guy that we went to his house yesterday to pick up our friend and end up staying there till the morning had oxygen in his house, which was wild. Like, we were like, where'd you get that? How did you get that? And he's like, I don't remember, but I bought it.
What does he have oxygen for?
I don't know. That's what we were wondering. Cause he's like, my bar's over there, help yourself. So we went there and we're like, Grey Goose, Tito's, blah, blah, blah. Oxygen. What?
What does he have oxygen for?
Yeah.
Like breathing oxygen.
No, Oxu, gin.
Oh my God.
Come on, Darren.
Oxygen? What does he have that for? It makes no sense. What is he snorted oxygen while he's having the drinks?
No, the gin. Oxu the gin. I need to call it Oxu the gin.
Yeah, I don't know what that is either. I don't drink gin. I tried it once in my life, and it's like, this is disgusting. But
you
that
gotta
was
try
like
Oxu
25 years ago.
Yeah.
It was my friend from work, and he bought cheap gin.
You gotta try it. It's
I will
delicious.
try your gin.
Yes, it'll be ready for sale. So I mean, it's doing great in Europe. A lot of really nice beach restaurants are carrying it now. A lot of the town of Chipiona, where it comes from, is really embracing the brand and making it their own. It's been on the news. Manuel was in the newspaper when he went there into Spain. They interviewed him and all this stuff. And we're just now getting momentum in the US. We kind of missed the timing for the summer. So we were hoping we could get the gin out by May, but it didn't actually launch until August. So it's like now it's just a slow until hopefully October.
And where can people find this gin? Like, what can they buy it online yet or not?
Not yet. So the e-commerce piece, we're trying something different for Oxu to see if we can manage it ourselves, let's say, because right with Aldez, we have a middleman and a middleman who then it's fulfilled with a retailer, all for compliance. So we're trying with Oxu to eliminate the two middlemen and go directly to the retailer who fulfills the order.
I think you talked about that before, and you were getting frustrated with something you were looking at, some kind of software type stuff or something.
Yeah, well, this is now Shopify. So we're setting up a Shopify store.
I know what that is.
And then that's going to talk to something called ShipStation, which is kind of like the tracking and your emails, your deliveries on the way, all that stuff. And then ShipStation sends the order to the retailer. And then all through, we did a API key. So we talk to their system, and then their system sends status for orders that then get sent to the customers. Versus Aldez, where we're kind of out of the loop on all of that information.
DNR uses Shopify also.
Oh, nice.
Their little store. Yeah.
It's really cool. I mean, it's very easy to set up. So we'll see. Hopefully it's going to, the ability to buy Oxu online should be live next week sometime. The following Monday at the latest when I come back from DR. And then you should buy it and tell me how your shopping experience is.
So where are you going in the Dominican Republic? Tell us.
We are going to be in a week in Punta Cana in the AM resort. It's an adults only called Breathless. So there's Zoetry, Secrets.
You know what you need when you're at a resort called Breathless?
Oxygen.
You need oxygen.
Yes. I love that. It's clever. That's good, Darren. You get a point.
Make sure
today.
you bring some with you.
Yes. And we're also going to be meeting with some people in the DR to see about importing Aldez and Oxu. So we'll see. I'll keep you posted.
I think I told you either through text or maybe we talked about it last time that the people's home that we're buying in Pennsylvania for a retirement home.
Mm-hmm.
Did I tell you that they're retiring in the Dominican Republic?
Yeah.
I did tell you that. So I'd look more into that, but I just can't see myself in Punta Cana long term.
I don't see myself on an island long term.
Yeah.
I would get like stir crazy.
Yeah, sort of like living in Key West, but Pat wants to do that, so we'll see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'll see. Yeah. So you're going to retire. You have a retirement home in Pennsylvania, but you were going to actually retire in Key West?
But the primary home will be in Pennsylvania. And then he's talking about getting like a condo in Key West or someplace south. We're not sure.
The prices apparently are going to be dropping soon. Yeah. So that'll be a good time.
Or we might just stay in the motorhome and travel the south and see what we can find.
That's like my dream is living like in a really luxurious RV and just being a nomad kind of thing. But the problem is you're limited to the like Western hemisphere, basically. You can drive from Canada down to, I guess, Argentina if you wanted to, but you couldn't do Europe.
So I mentioned my vacation coming up, right?
No, where are you going?
I've got one in November, which is a cruise with DNR.
Yes.
And we'll see if that happens. I don't know if it's going to. I'm hoping
it seems more promising now, but I've heard less panic. But
I sent an email to Derek maybe a week ago because I was a little panicked because I think I told you my sister-in-law has COVID, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. So she's doing much better now, but
good.
I was getting a nerve because I know like several people that are breakthrough cases for COVID. And I don't know. It wasn't sitting well, but then he replied to me and he was saying, cruises is probably going to be one of the safer things to do for a vacation because they're requiring everybody to have a COVID test 2 or 3 days before you board. You have to show your vaccination. They have all the health improvements in place, like, the upgraded filters and all that kind of stuff.
Oh, you have to be vaccinated to go on cruises. Oh, that's great.
On NCL and Holland America, you have to be vaccinated.
Oh, okay.
So that's a good thing. So I'm still planning to go on that one. And then I had another one in December. And I need your advice on this one because I was going to go meet my friend Marge and her husband in December out of Fort Lauderdale because they were going on a cruise and Pat's doing something else. But now she was supposed to have hip surgery in August and she had it delayed because she had another health problem.
Oh, man.
So now she's probably going to have hip surgery around the mid to end of September. And she still plans to be on the cruise the beginning of December.
Well, it depends. It depends on what kind of hip surgery, because I know my dad had a
hip replacement.
Hip replacement. He had something in the socket thing and he was walking and he was told he needs to walk basically the next day.
Yeah. I read about it and I worked with somebody who had hip replacement surgery and he was up and walking the next day. And most people have hip surgery. They can get around, fairly okay. And their recovery is long, but it's not as hurtful or painful as knee replacement surgery.
Back in the day. Oh yeah. Knee
replacement surgery is much, much more painful.
Yeah.
But the guy that I work with, he had hip replacement surgery and he had an infection.
Oh, man.
And I was reading about a case where people were suing because hip replacement surgery, they were getting infections from the blankets that people were putting on you after the surgery or something bizarre.
Oh, my goodness. Really?
Yeah. So he had to go through another surgery to remove the hip surgery or the hip joints and add spacers to his hips to allow his infection to heal. And then he had to go back again after his infection was cleared to redo the hip surgery. He had to go through it 2.5 times. It's like, oh my God.
What a disaster.
Yeah. So
I hope the hospital covered those bills.
I'm sure they did. So I'm hoping that Marge, my friend, has good luck because most people don't have a problem with hip surgery. So
yeah, it's pretty low risk.
So my question is, do I stick with my reservation or do I cancel? Because cutting it close and I don't want to sit on the cruise without anybody that I know. Yeah.
Let's do this. If she can't go, I will go.
There you go.
No, I think it'll be fine.
Problem
If she has the surgery in sometime soon, I think well before December, if there's an infection or an issue, you will know. So you'll have the opportunity to still cancel, I think, before the cruise.
I can cancel up until September 7th or 12th without losing any money.
Oh.
So that's my.
How much do you lose if you cancel anytime after you lose?
I think it's 75% if I cancel within, I don't know, a week after that or something.
Whoa.
So I don't know. We'll see.
Oh, I see.
And it's not like I'm married to her where if she can't go, she might be able to get out of it because of a medical, even after the cancellation dates.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not married to her, so I have no excuse.
What about if, could you use your dad as a reason to say like you have to take care of him, or it has to be medical personal to you?
I don't know, but that's a good idea.
I'm just saying.
I'll add it to my notes. Just in case I might have to go see my dad.
Yes, there you go.
So anyway, next topic there, Jen. Hurricane Ida.
Ira, that biatch. Is it Ida? Ida or Ira? Ida.
Was it Ida or Ira? I forget. Hurricane
Ida, I think. IDA, yeah.
IDA.
Hurricane Ida.
So did you get water?
It's funny because the hurricane came, and this is right after Henri came, right, and kind of ruined my plans. The previous weekend, we were supposed to go to the city, and I backed out because Henri was going to hit New York City. So I was like, I don't want to be in the city. It like semi-flooded New York. I was like, I made a good decision. And then here comes Ida on Thursday. And we were doing a virtual tasting in our house. And all of a sudden, the lights, like moments before the tasting started, just flickered. And I was like, oh man, we're not gonna be able to do the tasting. The lights are gonna go out, all that stuff. And we told the people on the tasting, there's a hurricane coming. We may lose power. Sorry if
Jen, this sounds vaguely familiar.
Right? Nothing happened though.
At least 3 times when we were supposed to do the show, she sent me a text. There's storms. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it. It's like, oh, another excuse.
No, it's true. And then that one day your lights went out. That's true. That was funny.
I've had storms at least twice during these shows.
Yeah. Where we are, if there's high winds, our electricity goes out. But if it's heavy rain, it doesn't. So with a hurricane, it's usually associated with winds. I was like, we don't know.
Ours usually goes out too, because it must be crappy or JCP&O wiring or something.
Yep. So, I mean, we made it through the tasting. The people in the tasting told us, like behind us in the window, they were seeing a bunch of lightning. We could hear really heavy rain. So after the tasting, we looked outside, pouring like buckets of water. But we live on a hill. So all of the water we saw was kind of going down the side of our house, down the hill. And we're like, oh, it's not too bad. The drains were able to sustain it, all this stuff. We wake up the next morning and our house is fine. We had no flooding, no leaks or anything like that, thankfully. But
ours is fine too.
Yeah. Our next door neighbor, and then that next door neighbor's neighbor had a lot of flooding, and what is it called? Like a retaining wall in front of a house for plants and stuff. Broke, and like all of the rocks and stuff flowed into the street, and it was a mess. And apparently their homes are lower than ours, and theirs backs into a stream or a stream that actually goes under the ground, or something. So nothing major. I did have a few people that I know that it was like total loss. Basically, the water was like 3 feet high inside their house.
Is that a total loss?
Yeah. If it's a 1-story house, I mean, everything, if you like mark 3 feet up on your wall, everything that got wet is.
I don't know that that's a total loss, because I mean, the house is still there unless the house gets swished away. But in Hudson, Florida, the last major flooding they had there, where we owned our property for a while, the water was about 3 to 4 feet high in the homes. So they cut the sheetrock out from the 4 foot down, took out the insulation, I guess some of the mold remediation, and then they would replace it, and they were back to normal.
Yeah, but like you lose your electronics, your couch is a disaster, your mattress. I mean, it's a disaster at a minimum.
A disaster.
Yes.
So remember
and then I got a bunch of texts too, which was nice. People are like, "Are you okay? Is everything fine?" And
I didn't even think about checking in with you. I just figured you're fine.
I know. I was like, "You're such a jerk."
Stream. So you remember that house that Pat and I were going to buy? We were thinking about buying that historic house that was up for auction, and we decided against it.
Yeah, it's too much work and permits.
Right, exactly.
Yeah,
we didn't want to have to fight with the historical commission. It's this purple house in my town, and it's next to what used to be a flea market on a weekly basis. And then that's right. Next to the Raritan River.
Mm-hmm. What happened?
So it wasn't a hurricane, but the Ida storm comes along, and it causes the Raritan River to flood.
It was a hurricane, wasn't it?
Not in this area, no.
Oh,
it wasn't in the Texas and Louisiana area, I believe, but not. It wasn't considered a hurricane here. Huh. But anyway, it's caused that whole area to flood. So that house that we were going to buy, or we're looking into buying, was flooded in the basement.
Oh man!
I think the paperwork that we looked at, we were considering it, said that it was never flooded. And that house was supposedly bought by a couple who were interested in the historical value, but the sign is still in front of the house 2 months after it was supposedly sold.
Maybe auction. Because it's an auction, it takes longer. I don't know. I've never bought a house at auction.
They were supposed to close within 30 days, I believe it was. So you would think that the sign would be gone, but it's still there. And the last time they tried to auction that house off, they tried twice.
And what happened? It fell through?
It fell through. So the second time we were bidding on it. The first time they couldn't get anybody to bid on it.
Wow. So the price was too high, or?
Yeah. So I don't know if people were willing to pay the minimum bid or what was going on, but I have this feeling that the new owners might have reneged on their agreement to purchase it, but that means they would have lost like 10 grand of a deposit.
I mean, at this point, if they lost 10 grand, that's better than they would be now.
But the paperwork had said that it was never flooded, I think. So now if they have to auction that thing again, they can no longer say that it was never flooded.
Yeah, and you'll probably be required to get flood insurance.
Yeah. So
because I think it's required unless it hasn't flooded in 10 years, something like that.
I don't remember, but that's a problem. So nobody's going to want that property now.
Nope. I heard that Cranford, that town was devastated during the storm too. Like most of the homes there were.
Even have you ever been to Bridgewater?
Oh yeah.
So they have that stadium there, Bridgewater Patriots Stadium. Have you been there?
Oh yeah, I've been there. Yeah.
That was underwater.
What? No, it was not. The whole thing?
Not the whole thing.
Oh,
you can still see the bleachers, but the field was underwater.
Wow.
Because it's right next to the river.
Yeah, it's right next to the river.
That whole area. Like look on patch.com, you'll see all the pictures from the flood. That's crazy.
Craziness. Yeah.
Some people were saying it was more like a 200-year flood, not a 100-year flood. But this is global warming. This is all weather change patterns that we're going to see a lot more of.
I witnessed
Debbie Downer.
I witnessed misinformation firsthand being born on the internet because of the storm. West Orange was hit really hard, especially they call it the valley. So when you get to the bottom of the hill, because we're very hilly here. And on Facebook, there was one image, like a screenshot with text, and it said, news flash, the Essex Zoo, which is like maybe 2 miles from us, was flooded and zoo animals are escaping the zoo.
Oh my God.
There's a gorilla and a wolf.
I want a gorilla for my house.
On the loose, please report the whatever.
Seriously? Wait, what town was this?
Our town, West Orange. There's a zoo.
Kidding.
And I was like, what? And then I was reading the comments, and then I saw how quickly it started to get like shared and passed. And the town, the zoo, everyone was like, stop sharing this. It's not true. The animals are
really
fine.
wasn't true.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Yes, yes.
I can see that happening though, because
Yeah.
what are you going to do with an animal if your zoo is flooding? Wait for a car to get there or the cage? I don't think it's going to happen.
That was funny though. But yeah, the animals are fine.
Let me out. Help me. That's horrible.
Yes, they're fine. All the zoo animals are fine.
So speaking of your town, Jen.
Yes.
We were talking on like at least 2 or 3 other episodes about this house that's haunted, presumably haunted.
I'm convinced it's haunted, but I don't know.
I wish we could interview her. Do you think she would be willing to be interviewed, the former owner?
She never got back to me after she said she'll think about it. So I think
you should ask her one more time.
All right. I'll ask her.
So this house finally came up on the market, and Jen sent me a text. It's available. It's on the market. So we're like, let's get your realtor friend to let us in to
ex-realtor friend, apparently.
Yeah. And she's like, she replies to me. She says, well, he's not a realtor anymore. It's like, what? Oh my God. This whole idea is going to shit.
Yes. I know a lot of realtors though. So I was going to start looking through my Rolodex of realtors.
And I know one realtor that what used to be my fire company. And I called him, or I texted him. I said, hey, listen, I know this is an odd request, but any chance that you would let me and my co-host from my podcast into a house because we think it's haunted and we just simply want to look around? And he said, well, I'd have to probably say something to the listing agent. And then I said, well, they're definitely going to say, no, you can't come in if you say something.
Yeah. I like your honesty though. I would have just told my realtor friend, we want to see this house. That's it.
Really? That's all you would have told him?
Yeah.
Oh.
And then as we're driving there, I would be like, I heard it's haunted.
Oh, well, you didn't tell me that.
I didn't know.
I could have used that strategy too. But then my friend calls the listing agent, I guess, and he asks about it. And then my friend gets back to me and says, it's under contract already in less than 2 days, right?
Yeah. I mean, all the homes that go on sale on Gregory, which is the street that I live on, are, sold within a day.
And this house in West Orange, right?
Mm-hmm. West Orange.
It was listed for $830,000, and it was completely renovated. So it says in 2021, right?
Yeah, it's been. It was purchased, I think, in 2018, 19, and it was like really run down. They replaced the siding and everything, but it took a really long time. Where I thought those owners who were kind of flipping it abandoned it because it was so haunted, but I guess not. I guess it just took them a long time.
So they had like 80 pictures or so, and the inside was beautiful, except for the fact that every room was gray. It was the same paint in every room, right?
Yeah, I think that they probably got rid of a lot of the character because back in those days, really bold colors and wallpaper and ornate was kind of how stuff looked, and they just kind of made it look like any flip.
It does look modern with what they did, but it looks like a flip. And that said, those homes probably would have had stained wood also originally.
Yeah, and they painted it white, right?
Painted it white.
That's you don't paint wood.
I painted wood in our house because I didn't want stained wood around our windows.
Oh,
and we never finished that project because Pat didn't finish. It's all his fault.
It's all his fault.
So you have
I see your windows in that room are still brown.
You know what? I have to show you this room. So
yeah,
this light.
What the hell is that?
Has been hanging there. You haven't seen it because it's been out of view. It's been hanging on my ceiling.
How hard is it just to like push it back in the hole?
No, I pulled it down because it hasn't been working. And I said, Pat, I need a new light.
Oh my
and then
God.
I couldn't figure out how to disconnect it from there. So I said, Pat, would you please disconnect it? And there it's sat. It's hung there for 6 months.
And you just are okay with this hanging. Apparently you're fine.
So typical of our house. So yes, that window back there, I'm now showing her the one window of the room, and it has wood siding. That's the original siding from the house, which I hate.
Yes.
So it's
like that golden
all
brown.
that replaced with white siding. So the other window, this one.
Oh my God.
It's hard to see now on the camera. There you go. That has the new white siding.
You mean trim? What is siding?
Okay. Not siding. Window trim. So I'm waiting for him to finish the trim and the rest of the house, but he has not done it yet.
But is he painting it or he's taking off?
He's taking it off and replacing it with larger trim pieces.
Oh, that's much more
granted,
work.
he's right that I could be doing the same thing, but I'm not too good at this stuff, Jen. I can't do this kind of thing. I'm much better with computers.
Learn it. Oh my gosh. Yeah, we all have our strengths and weaknesses, and for example,
I went to buy a house and we were going to renovate it. No, I'll be the project manager.
We were going to renovate it.
Yeah, exactly. My honeydew list right to Pat.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, that fix the light. It's hanging. It's not that hard. You can buy one that just basically plugs into the thing and pops back into the whatever that thing is called.
So, Jen, you're going to think this is so gay.
What's
I've been so excited to see the new Cinderella on Amazon.
What is that? It's like a cartoon or it's a movie?
It's a new musical that's on Amazon only.
Oh, why is that gay? That's cute.
And it says, I guess Kay Cannon is the director from Pitch Perfect. And
so I bet it has really good music. Because Pitch Perfect had good music.
It opened with Janet Jackson's Rhythm Nation.
Oh, on Cinderella?
Like, how old is that? Like 20 years old?
Yes.
And it had some other older songs in it, but they were all redone, like their own new version.
Is it out or it's coming out soon?
No, it's out. Yeah, we watched it last night. And it says in the captions here, Cinderella is a modern movie musical with a bold take on the classic fairy tale. Our ambitious heroine? Is that the right word?
Heroin, yes.
It sounds like a drug. Camilla
is a drug.
Camilla Cabello. Do you know who she is?
Yeah, I know who she is. I think she's a singer.
Yes, she was in one of my favorite groups, which was Fifth Harmony from.
Oh, was she? Oh, I didn't know she was in Fifth Harmony. Oh.
And she was in one of those shows that I watched. I can't remember which one it was.
But like a Disney TV channel show or what?
It was like America's Got Talent it was X Factor before they got canceled in the USA. And Simon Cowell put together these 5 girls that were individual contestants in the show because he thought they'd be better as a group. And they formed Fifth Harmony, and they did really well as a girl band for about 3 years. But Camilla, I guess that's how you pronounce her name.
Camilla, yeah.
Supposedly like the best singer. So she sort of became the lead singer.
Mm-hmm.
And then she branched out on her own and then left the group, Fifth Harmony.
Yep. And so now it's Fourth Harmony? Or the group is dead.
They tried performing, I guess, once as Fifth Harmony with only 4 people, and then it sort of fizzled. So it says indefinite hiatus, which means they're never getting back together.
Well, I mean, like the boy bands, especially in K-pop, they can swap people out, like whatever. They'll replace that person because the concept is Fifth Harmony, but not necessarily the specific girls. It's just 5 girls anyway. So maybe they're looking for a replacement.
So have you seen Hamilton on Broadway?
No, I want to though.
No?
I heard it has great music too.
It does. And it's like more modern because it's part rap and other things that are mixed in. And
they said that watching it on Disney Plus is just as good as seeing it on Broadway. I don't
know, but they had Latin people playing roles of old white men, just giving it a completely different take.
Yeah.
And Cinderella sort of reminded me of they stole elements from Hamilton. That's my opinion, because it was
like changing the races of the characters and stuff like that.
They didn't quite change the races, but they had a lot of Black people in and Latin people and other nationalities in the cast and that just made it more special.
Yeah.
Even though typically in a Cinderella movie you would have just pretty much all white people. And
it's always been just white.
There was a lot of rap, which normally I don't like, but I thought it was done so well, and it made me feel good. And Pat's like,
It made you feel good? How? What do you mean it made you feel good?
I just thought it was very well done. But
you saw it on
reviews.
Actual Broadway, or you saw it on TV?
It's not on Broadway. It's just on Amazon Prime. I could see it being on Broadway, and I'm like, that would be such a fun musical to direct.
Wait. Are we talking about Hamilton or Cinderella?
Cinderella.
Oh, okay. I was confused because I was like, wait, Hamilton is on Amazon Prime?
No. We saw Hamilton in person live in the theater. I don't think it was the original cast anymore when we were there, but I was talking about Cinderella, that there are so many things that remind me of Hamilton. Hamilton, they stole like a rap and stuff. And
was it produced by the same?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, okay. Well, I will check it out.
Check it out.
I like this. I will have to watch it without Manuel. He's like, here's the word musical, and he's like, no.
Oh no, I want you to watch it with Manuel.
I saw that musical, the one that's with something in New York, Harlem or Brooklyn Heights, Heights.
Oh, Harlem Heights, I think.
No, whatever.
I know what you mean.
Yeah.
It's the guy that's from Hamilton, did his own musical.
Yeah, something Heights. That was really good, but I don't think in the Heights, but it's about some town called something Heights in New York.
I downloaded that in the Heights from, this is a horror story. My friend Keith, who was on our show before, talking about his teeth and stuff, his aligners. But he comes over one day and he says, "Oh, when I was in Michigan, my sister showed me how I can get some free movies."
Oh,
I'm like, okay,
go on.
So apparently it's some kind of a site that people go on that they're not supposed to be on to download these movies.
Oh, I see.
And then I tried to do the same thing because I wanted to see In the Heights. And then I got emails from Comcast saying that I was doing illegal things. So I should cease and desist. And I did, because I don't want trouble from Comcast or the law.
How do they know that? That's wild.
Because I guess what happens is you are found with your IP address connecting to servers that have copyrighted shows and you're not watching it through a paid streaming service.
Mm-hmm.
That's how you get flagged for these things.
Interesting.
So I stopped, Jen.
Well,
but now it's available on Prime also, I believe, right?
It's really good. And it's there was a lot of singing. Like there's some musicals where just certain parts have singing, but this one had lots and lots of singing. That's a bad. What's that? No, he did not. He's like a musical. No. And I want him
to watch Cinderella because I think he'll like it and you won't like it.
Really?
I'm just guessing. I don't know.
We'll see. I'll see if I can convince him. Maybe I won't tell him it's a musical.
Gonna say, Darren, I could see Darren liking this because he's gay.
I'll just say, let's make it a movie night and let's watch a modern retake of Cinderella.
Yeah, don't say that Darren recommended it. Just
okay. And then if he likes it, I'll say you did. Yes. And if he doesn't, I'll take the blame.
You can still say it.
I'll take the blame for you. Oh man. Brother. So what else? What else you had on your endless list of things?
That's it, Jen.
What?
I don't have anything else on my list.
Okay. Well, it's gonna be a short show today then.
What about you? What's on your list, Jen? Anything?
I have no things. I mean, I have to go pack. Make sure because when we travel, we like to make sure the house is clean. So we come back to a clean house. So we're doing laundry and packing and all of those good things. And then we probably have to be up at 5 a.m. to head to the airport.
So I'll tell you one more story. So remember I talked about the medium that I saw on Long Island?
Yes.
And then I was
the one that was like right about a lot of things and all that stuff.
Yeah, yes. She knew things that I just don't know how she would have known, names and dates and stuff. But and no, it was not the Long Island medium from the TV show. But,
even though she is a Long Island medium.
Yes, even though she was from Long Island and she is a medium. She was Shelley Peck versus Teresa. I forget her last name.
With a G, right?
I forget. So there's another medium. He has a TV show, or he had a TV show.
John Edwards?
Henry. No.
Oh.
John Edwards supposedly was a protege of Shelley Peck.
Oh, interesting.
I did read that, yeah. But anyway, Tyler Henry is another medium, a young kid. He's probably, I don't know, 19, 20, 21.
Oh, wow.
And his whole shtick is that he would have no knowledge, supposedly, of who he was going to read. And he was called the Hollywood medium.
What, like he goes in blindfolded or something?
He goes not blindfolded, but he doesn't know who he's going to be taken to. So the producers arrange who he's going to read. And then his mom drives him to the appointments because he doesn't drive.
He doesn't drive?
No. Oh, and I don't know if it's because he doesn't want to, but it's just, that is weird.
It's so weird.
So anyway,
he's in Long Island?
No, I don't know. He's in Hollywood, I said.
I thought they called him the Hollywood medium.
They do, because I guess I'm assuming he lives in Hollywood because he would read people in Hollywood. Stars, celebrities.
I see.
So his mom would often get to meet the celebrities, and she would be like the typical, non-famous person, the typical stalker who would want to meet celebrities. It was a cute show. So,
it's another show on Netflix.
It's probably one of those services. It used to be a weekly show on I don't know, one of the cable channels.
So I guess that format or that approach is trying to further prove or justify, like, there's no way I can know anything about anyone or do research or anything because I don't even know who I'm meeting.
Right. So you would see him sitting in the backseat of the car as he comes up to homes, and he starts talking about, I'm beginning to see these things, and they were often related to what the person that he was going to read.
Mm-hmm.
And some of it was really it looked well done, or like he was right on TV, but TV likes to can edit things to make anything real.
Yes. It's very hard to tell on TV.
But this guy now, go ahead.
And I would be questioning, I mean, it's a show, it's for entertainment. So things have to happen, and producers make sure things happen so that
they make sure that it's entertaining, right?
Right. So I wouldn't be surprised if he had an earpiece and being fed.
I thought about that, but I kind of like to think that he wouldn't be doing that, but I don't know. So anyway, he's now touring and doing shows in person, which is what Teresa, the Long Island medium, was doing also. And we saw Teresa, and we didn't think her show was well done because it was just stupid. There were thousands of people.
I don't like the idea of going and maybe you will be read, and it's like she'll read 5 people the whole night.
Exactly, and out of thousands, and she'll be standing on one aisle saying, "Oh, well, I'm getting somebody who died of cancer." It's like, well, really?
Everyone here has someone that died, and half of them.
Oh, I know who it is. Like, come on.
I feel a presence with the letter P that died of cancer. I mean, that's like whatever.
So I like to think that Tyler was a little more effective or believable than she was. But he's
So are you saying you're going to go to one of his shows?
Yes, I am.
When?
So he's doing a tour, and the 2 local places, well, not local, but close, 2 close places that he's going to be. One is the Winds Casino in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. And also the Borgata, I think, in Atlantic City.
Ooh, I would go to that one.
Really?
Yeah.
So I was looking at that one first, but I'm like, I don't feel like driving an hour and a half, 2 hours to go to Atlantic
How far
City.
is Bethlehem? It's the same, right?
Bethlehem's like an hour.
Oh, but from where you are,
an hour and a half, 2 hours. So
but Atlantic City is more fun, I think.
That's true. And Atlantic City was on a weekend, but the seats that were available, I didn't like. So I decided to go to Bethlehem.
I see. Tell me how it goes. When is the show?
I'm probably going to bring Pat's mom. It's in October sometime. I don't remember the exact date. But if you search for Tyler Henry, if anybody's interested, you can find him.
Amazing. Are you looking for answers to anything still? Or you're just
Pat and I are both intrigued about, is there really life after death and that kind of thing?
I don't know about, I feel like life after death is a very strong word, because I think there's not actually a whole life happening after you die.
Yeah, you're dead.
But I haven't been, because we don't know, there's no proof that there isn't something like energy. Your energy does something or can
But they
remain.
say energy never stops also. So what happens to your energy of your body after you die?
Right. Because matter can't be created or destroyed. So
right. So does it move on to some other plane? Does it get absorbed by the universe? What happens to it?
I think it, I don't know. It could be reincarnation kind of thing. Like you live multiple lives. So
Jen,
like,
would you want to come back?
Yeah, I think we do. Like sometimes I feel like our lives are repeats of past lives, trying to fix whatever mistakes was
Here's
happening.
my theory. I think that we start as humans and then we slowly go back to lower life forms.
Really?
Like the next one, I'm an elephant, and then I come back as a dog, then I come back as a butterfly, then I come back as an ant, then I come back as an amoeba.
Oh.
and then I'm done.
That's cool. No, and then you maybe circle back and be born or something. Yeah, but I think that life after death is misleading because it sounds like what we're doing now, just in the heaven or whatever.
In your fantasy, some kind of computer program simulation or something.
No, I don't feel it's that. I don't feel it's that, but I think it is something. Because too many people sense, talk, see stuff, from the other side. So
that's all I got, Jen.
That's what I think. I'm so curious to see how it is. I actually want to take Manuel to one of those shows to see if he's able to talk to his mom and his grandmother.
When did his mom pass?
Oh, she in 2007, like 6 months before I met Manuel. And his I forgot the order. I think his grandmother died like in August of 2007. And his mom was taking care of his grandmother. And she, I think, had breast cancer. And then she was kind of struggling or fighting cancer for a few years. And then she died August 2007. And then right around that time, his mom found out she had cancer. And she had like a really aggressive form of brain cancer. Oh. And she found out like in August and died in November of that same year. Yep. And then
the owner of our house here had brain cancer, and so she died.
Wow. That's crazy.
That's sad.
Yeah. So then, he freaked out and got a brain scan, make sure he was okay, all that stuff. And then I met him, and it was like so hard to believe that he wasn't like a mess. You know what I mean? I think I would have been a mess if my mom and dad or grandma died so close within each other.
Yeah. We should probably get a medium on our show. Like we could do that. We could research reputable mediums and then find somebody who's willing to come on and read somebody.
And bring Manuel
a call in person. Or he can either call in, be anonymous. And other people could do the same thing.
That's a great idea.
Yeah,
Let's do that.
Let's make that happen, Jen.
Yes.
Do a little research.
Also, I was going to tell you, my friend that was on that she said, her lawyers had advised maybe she should not.
Cindy.
She's like, I can come on, but I'll need to come in anonymously and with my voice cut.
Oh, that's not good.
And I was like, well, we can arrange that, but then it would be funny.
So fun. How maybe it would be funny.
I was out with her.
People already know who she is.
Now they know. Now, whenever any anonymous person with voice altered, they're going to be like, "That's Cindy." We know it's Cindy. Anyway.
All right, Jen. I think that's all we got for today.
That's all we got. I will, next time you see me, I hope to be much, much darker.
Yes.
And relaxed. And
enjoy your vacation in the Dominican Republic.
You like those? Look, I got different colors.
That's awesome.
Right?
It's like the rainbow.
It's
like the gay pride flag. Oh, and your shirt is too.
Yes. Inspiration.
All right, Jen.
Have
a good one.
Have a good rest of your weekend. Bye.
Bye.